what you want me to say. I got that extra money on the runway. No heart all the way up into outer space.
Yo, what up, guys? My name is Jacob. I'm 25 years old, and I'm originally from Las Vegas, Nevada. Currently live in Greenville, Texas, which is about an hour or so east of Dallas. I'm going to be taking you guys on a journey to rebuilding my wife's Mazdaspeed 3. It's an 07, a 7.5, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I'll be filling in the story as we go. Definitely, this is a first for me doing like a documentary style, blog going over the rebuild of her car. We've already started some of the work. We just decided we were gonna document it as we go along the way. Thank you guys for watching this. If you find it interesting or find the story interesting, feel free to let me know or say something in the comments. Feedback's always great. I'm definitely not like a fully certified master mechanic. If you want to go off an ASE scale, I'm more like a B transitioning into an A. I am a full-time mechanic at a Dodge dealership. So yeah, follow along and I'll kind of go over things as we go. Kind of give you guys an idea of what we're looking at right now. All right, so kind of start this video off here. We decided to start doing the motor work on her car during the freeze here in Texas and most of the U.S., the southern U.S. Winter Storm Fern had just hit. It is Monday today. This is what we're looking like still. We're still pretty frozen. Let me take you guys to the car. All right, so here's what we're looking at. So to give you guys a little bit of a backstory starting out here, obviously the head is pulled off of the engine right now. And let me tell you why we needed to do that. So long story short, my wife lived in Sacramento previously, probably about 6-7 years ago now. And in 2019, she brought her show car here into a personal friend of hers. He was a Mazda guy, definitely promoted him a lot in the work he was doing. And she ended up moving out here to Texas. She's originally from here and she moved back due to a relative loss. And basically a new life started out here again, her and her ex. Well, this car stayed out there in Sacramento area and was supposed to be getting some head work done. Couple years passed, her and her ex no longer together. Me and her became a thing, and we were working a hot shop business that she owned, and we ended up going to pick this thing up, and the deal basically turned south. Dude told her she had bent valves. This car went to the guy running and driving, no issues at all. Was going to be getting some studs and a head gasket done and a couple other things. It was a running and driving car. So anyways, few years passed. Dude kind of cut contact, blah, blah, blah. Told her she had bent valves and she needs to come get her car and get the hell out of there. So we picked up the car and it's sat here in the garage for about 3-4 years now. And we haven't really been willing to touch it. Me being what I am right now, I needed the time to gain the experience of, working on cars, collecting up all the tools I have now, before I felt comfortable even touching this thing, as this is her baby. She's had this thing for years and years. She was previously supposed to go to SEMA in 2019, 2020, I believe. Obviously that didn't happen because her car, ended up in this situation. And it was pretty heartbreaking for her to even want to look at it. So it's just sat. Me and her have had a kid since then. He's almost 2, coming early next month. He'll be turning 2. Awesome little guy. You'll be seeing him in future videos and what we're doing. We are a car family for sure. There's my first car. It's a 93 Miata. Obviously, it's kind of become a catch-all at the moment. It is turboed. It's got a JDM 1.6 in it. And yeah, I'd say we're Mazda people. I also typically daily drive a 2015 Camaro SS. It currently needs a rear diff, so I'm going to be working on that too. But let's switch back our focus to this. Now that you guys have gotten a little bit of the story behind it, basically what we've come to the conclusion on is that it looks like, from what we can tell, because I ended up checking the oil, doing the whole nine, the head was on it. It wasn't fully assembled. The valve cover wasn't on it. Timing and all that stuff was all together. And from what we could tell, it looks like it was timed incorrectly. The cam lobes, intake, and exhaust were not lined up correctly when the engine is at top dead center, TDC, however you want to say it. And it almost looks like guy put it together, tried to start it out of time, and it caused pretty much every single piston to get slapped by a valve. There is some wear marks on these impressions on the pistons. You see right there on cylinder number 4. 2 and 3 look to be the worst as far as, you know, carbon buildup and whatever may have happened in that instance. But it looks, there's 2 different theories we've kind of put together here, or it's a combination of the 2. The engine oil level looks like it was probably 2 or 3 quarts overfilled, and the timing was completely out. Where the cam lobes should have ended up facing each other, roughly 45-degree angle. By the way, I've learned this information from watching other YouTube videos. I usually tend to be very thorough and take my time on what I'm doing. You know, doing something once is my biggest pet peeve and priority. I hate doing things twice. But it does look like the timing was set off. The cam lobes were not lined up at all when I put the engine at top dead center. The harmonic balancer, or crank pulley, however you want to call it. Let me just show you. From a video I watched, and I'm sure this is Mazda specific, this is pretty much the only way to check timing without looking at the top dead center of the piston on cylinder number 1, is this little space we have here. You basically count 20 teeth back, and it's supposed to line up. That 20th tooth should line up basically in the middle of the crank sensor. And every time it lined up, as well as this little crank stop hole, there's a screw hole on the timing cover side, so you put it through there to hold the crank in place if you're not taking the timing cover off. Basically nothing lined up whatsoever. We turned it over 3 or 4 times just trying to make sure we weren't crazy. And yeah, so timing was completely out of whack, which is more than likely why the valves ended up slapping pistons. We're going to be taking the head to a guy down in San Antonio, and he'll be dealing with that. She's got all the old school stuff back when these were popular. I hate, it's crazy to say back in the day already, but that much time has passed. Her power goals here are around the 600 horsepower range. We're probably going to end up pulling the motor next and doing the whole thing because we don't trust the bottom end right now. So that'll be a little tricky, as I do have the passenger side upper motor mount out and the engine supported by a jack stand. I'm going to have to move that over to the transmission and get the motor yanked out. So that'll be fun. But yeah, that should about do it for today. We are kind of just putting together a list of things that we're going to need to replace or we're going to upgrade as we're doing this rebuild here. We will be getting a new manifold for a bigger turbo that she wants to go with. We're probably going to do something different with the battery box. I think we are going to try our best to do a wire tuck in here because we want this thing to pop and, you know, stand out if we are able to make it to SEMA this year. That is the goal. This is supposed to be a SEMA car. She already has a custom paint job, but I think we're gonna have to redo it because the person we ran our paint through has a new machine and no longer has the paint code for what we did here. But yeah, this is just kind of give you guys a little peeky peek at what's going on here. This car is on bags. That's going to be getting upgraded here. Possibly going to have a deal with R1 brakes. And yeah, so this is kind of the recap and start of the story for this car. We'll keep it going from here. Thanks you guys for watching.